10 people a month. I did 20 a month when I got started. I led the pack. But 10 people every single month, first line. And here's the best thing that you need to get going. If you guys will concentrate, okay, if this is you, okay, if you'll concentrate on getting your first level and your second level and your third level, and then you go down deep to your fourth, fifth, and sixth, and get these guys all making 2,500 in volume points, okay? So everybody got this? Okay? Here's what happens, okay? If this guy does 2,500, 5% of that, write it down in your notes, is 125 bucks. Your second guy, if there's doing 2,500, that's another 125 bucks. Now, this is very important what I'm teaching you. You do this, you're going to get seriously rich. This is the basics. Your third guy over here, if he's doing 2,500, that's another 125 bucks. That means you up here, you're getting $375. And if you've concentrated on your fourth, your fifth, and your sixth, and you got these guys doing their 2,500, here's what's going to happen. Your first guy's going to get 375. Your second level's going to get 375. Your third level's going to get 375. So you're guaranteed that this is working. The worst thing that can happen now is they all drop out and these three guys come up and you're still making the same $375 you were before. Now that will make you rich. Now, did you guys get that? All that's got to happen is you get 10 of those, and that's called $3,750 on your royalty override check. You're almost a millionaire team member. Now, if only 2 out of the 10, write that down, $3,750. If only 2 out of the 10 become millionaire team members, that's going to be another $6,000 that you're going to be earning in royalties minimum. They're at 4,000. You usually get 75% of what they do. So that's 6,000. So that's almost $100,000 a year right there on your 3 levels. So if you had 10 first lines and only 2 of them get the millionaire team, okay, that's $200,000 a year in income by just doing that. So what do you concentrate on? Getting 10 first line every single month, okay? And then concentrate on going down line so you can make this happening with 2,500, okay, and it all happens. But it happens with the beginning of getting those first lines. Here's something else I keep in mind when I'm recruiting. I don't prejudge anybody whatsoever. Anybody. I have an attitude about recruiting. No matter who I'm looking at, I view them as the next president team member. That's my attitude. That's my attitude. My attitude is that they can get rich, period. That's my attitude. And I tell every single person that they can get rich. I tell everybody that. I paint the big dream to everybody, don't I? Now, I let them do whatever they want. But my responsibility is to let them know everything that there is. And I personally believe everybody can get rich. I personally believe that. Now, why do I believe it so much more than anybody else in this room? Because I've seen it more than anybody else in the room. Because everybody's in my organization. So I'm clear. Every kind of person I see can get rich. So when someone's hair's a little messed up, I don't see them as their hair's messed up. I see them as a president's team member. If they smell a little bit funny, president's team material. Their shirt's wrinkled, president's team material. Different kind of look on their face because of the way their eyes look, because they're slanted a different way, or they're rounded a different way, or a different color of skin. See, to me, it's all presidential material, okay? So to me, I treat everybody equal, everybody nice, everybody with respect, because you just never know. You cannot know. Now here's the next thing when you're out there recruiting. You got to believe that they're going to get rich. Just like the product. You know how you guys are with the product? Your attitude is when you put someone on the product that you know that they're going to lose weight no matter what. Isn't that right? As long as they use it. As long as it's 2 shakes a day, tablets 3 times a day, okay, you know what's going to take place. The problem with getting the attitude of everybody's going to get rich is that most of you, the products worked faster on you than getting rich did. And when you're not rich yourself, it's difficult of looking at everybody else that they're going to get rich. Well, just take and borrow from all the people that you got this last 48 hours and take their strength, okay, and put it into yourself, and then look at everybody else and look them in the eye and tell them they can get rich. And you heard it here from a lot of people. What did they say? Fake it till you make it. Keep talking about it, keep talking about it, keep talking about it, keep talking about it, and pretty soon what starts happening? It starts to actually happen.
You don't beg people to get into the business. Sometimes, especially when you're new and you're in the back of the row there, okay, and you're talking, and when you're doing it at the beginning, it's always the hardest, okay? And the reason it's the hardest is because that's when you're the brokest, and that's when your car's not looking good, and your suit's not looking good, and you're afraid that they're going to turn off the electricity at your house, and you can't pay the mortgage bills, and you're scared about paying the food for little Billy and little Sally, and everything's terrible. So your attitude's the messed up the most, okay? So consequently, you're not that strong when you're recruiting, and you're begging people to get in. Please get in so I can make some money. Most people could care less how much money you make. They only care about how much money they make themselves. That's what they care about. And let me tell you something. You shouldn't be begging them to get into this company. They should be begging you to get into this company. This is Herbalife.
Start talking about 10 a day, it's really not that difficult to do, but a lot of people don't do it. But if I told you guys that all your job was to bring to me, okay, over the next 5 years, all right, over the next 5 years, that all you had to give to me was 180 supervisors, no matter what, okay, no matter what happened or anything else, you bring me 180 supervisors into the company, and I will personally write you a check for $4 million. How many people would do that? Now see, I will write the money. All you got to do is bring them in. See, the hard part is employing yourself enough. Okay, see, when you guys had your regular jobs, they told you what to do, all right? Whatever job it was you had before you came to Herbalife, they said, this is your job. You have to do this, and you have to do that, and you must have it done at 5 o'clock, okay? Here's what your job is in Herbalife, okay? Talking to people about the product. That's your job, okay? And your job is talking to people about the business. And if you look at it, that your job is 10 people on the products and 10 people about the business, you will make this kind of money. You just have to fantasize about it a little bit, about the other stories of people who have made it, so that you can get yourself excited enough so you make the first step, okay? Because we talked a little bit about that. Getting started is the hardest part. Let me tell you where the most difficult part of all of Herbalife is for everybody, although it's going to be a lot easier now that we've got the 10-10-10 coming back to the home office. It's from getting from ground zero, your check to 1,000 points. That's your most difficult part, because by the time you got your 1,000 points and your 2%, which gives you another couple of thousand, and you got your retail that's giving you a couple of thousand, and now you're making $5,000 a month, it becomes a little easier to be excited and be confident to talk to people that believe in you because of how strong you become, okay? And that's the most difficult part. Getting to Millionaire Team, is a breeze, okay? I'm telling you, I know it's very difficult to understand this, okay? But it's easier making $1 million a year than it is getting to that first $1,000, okay? Because you're doing the same things to get to $1 million as you are 1,000. You just do it more times to get to 1 million. And while you're getting there, it's funner because you're making money on the way. The worst part is when you're doing all the grunt work and you're doing all this stuff and you're not seeing results as fast as you want them to be, and it's discouraging and it's disheartening and things aren't happening. But it will happen. It will happen. If you do it, it will happen. You just have to do it long enough. You've seen enough people between the stage and what we're going to show you today that your time will come. All you have to do is put in the effort and the work. Your time will come. I'm telling you, your time will come.
The game of Herbalife is just, it really is a game, okay? Because all you're doing here is you're trying to sponsor enough people a month. This is just a plan, okay? You can make it smaller, you can make it bigger. But your goal is to try to sponsor 2 hot people a month. And then here's what I want to do with these people. I want them to go to the Who Do You Know list and make up 100 people of all the people that they know. That's what I want to have happen. That doesn't happen, then my second choice is the button. They don't want to do the button, flyers is the next one because it's the cheapest. Next thing after that could be an advertisement. But my worst thing is to have them do an ad because an ad's going to cost some money, and we don't want people investing in money and so on until they've made some money. So my best thing is to get them to their friends, okay? But here's what you do once you've got a hot person. What you do is you go down to the second person and you have, let's say that this is Jerry. And Jerry, the first night that she got into the company, she said, I'd like to have a party planned tomorrow night because I could get a lot of my friends to that meeting instead of waiting 2 days from now till the Thursday meeting. I said, great, let's go. I said, who are the people? And we started making telephone calls. Now, I made some of those phone calls. Jerry made some of those phone calls. So when we got over here to Debbie, who's the house that we were at, that we were going to make the deal and stuff like that, we had 7 people at the house party, okay? And I told Jerry, now, Jerry, you got to do the product section, and I'm going to do the marketing plan section. Now, from this meeting, I can't remember her name, but she was like the world sit-up championship. Sue, I think it is. Okay? And when we went to Sue's place, she had another place that she had that we could do a meeting. I said, now, Jerry, when we get over to Sue's house, I want you to have Debbie do the product part, and you do the marketing plan part, and I'll just tell my story at the end. Okay? And then we go down here to someone, I can't remember just right at the moment, but somebody in Sue's organization. Let's call this Doug Stunts for just the example, okay? I'm trying to do this all in the qualifying month, by the way. I want to go as deep as humanly possible in the qualifying month, and I'll show you why here in a second. Now we get down here to Doug's house, and I tell Jerry, I said, Sue, you do the products. Debbie, you do the marketing plan. Jerry, you tell your testimonial, okay? And it could be anything at that point. Jerry's thing was, I got a couple of customers and already got 3 distributors, and I've been in the business only 2 days. Okay? You use what you got. And then I was there to tell them what happened to me. Okay? Because I was already 2 months in the business, got my checkup, and so on. But my goal here is this is the first line, this is the second line, this is the third line, this is the fourth line, this is the 5th line. I'm trying to get this thing going down to 6 generations deep. Now, if I can get it farther than that, I try to get it farther than that. If I can't get the 6 levels, it's not a disaster. But my goal is to sponsor people, okay, to make it simple. Okay, write this down. I want to sponsor as many people as I can until I get 2 hot people.
Hot people are defined as who? People that say, I want to do this, okay? As soon as they say that, go now.